Yay! Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Sunday Connections.
Yeah.
And welcome to Terry from Kiguru Spiritual Journeys.
Yep.
Uh, thank you for being here, my friend. Glad
Oh,
that you're back from vacation and uh, ready to sort of, get in there and
uh,
get
ready
your
to
feet wet.
rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we were having a chat backstage about something that I'll share with everyone in a minute, but I just want to give some people, there's someone watching, but nobody's saying anything yet. So,
Okay.
welcome to everyone to Sunday Connections. Uh, this is this segment was and my intention was to create it to sort of explore all the different ways that we can connect with spirit.
Mhm.
And what's interesting is, as I was saying to you backstage, it was never intended that it was always going to be mediums, right? But each medium is different in how they connect with spirit, which is just interesting in itself. So Terry and I were having a conversation, and I was explaining about a really excellent experience that I had, and that was that I had joined a practice group, a mediumship practice group behind the scenes, and tuned in to a living energy and was able to, you know, get some things. And I had no idea how I did it. I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything, I just knew. And I'm that type of person that I need to understand the process. I need it to make sense to me. And this is very difficult because it doesn't make sense to me. But it's a testament to the healing journey that I've been on, because I'm just trusting it, and I'm just going with it, and I'm allowing it to sort of decide where it wants to take me. Um, so I thought that was interesting. So I wanted to share that with Terry because, of course, she's a medium, and she would understand that process and that feeling, and so I wanted to share it with her.
Mhm. And I was going to share with Kelly about the fact that this is such an interesting journey and such a we all have different spiritual senses. And the funny thing is sometimes when it's working its very best, I feel nothing.
Yeah.
I don't feel really connected. I don't feel holy. I don't
Right.
feel, it's almost like nothing is the best. So
Right.
that's kind of weird. But
Yeah.
I just had a new experience that was really interesting that kind of feeds into this. So at my last metaphysical fair that I went to in person, or the first
Mhm.
one, I met a healer, a man who just through his hand can run energy into your body and find things that need healing. And
Right.
so he was interesting. And his wife does dream analysis, and she was taught by Dolores Cannon how to do the regressive hypnosis.
Wow. Beautiful.
So I went to their little retreat center and I worked with him and her. And so I got regressed by her. And what was so interesting to me was that, I kept kind of thinking, when am I going to feel like I'm hypnotized? And I never felt that. I never felt hypnotized at all. In fact, I felt completely in control. And here's the unusual thing, it felt really exactly like I feel when I'm reading people.
Right.
I was in the same zone. I was in the same vibrational pattern or whatever that I would feel. Sometimes I don't feel any vibrations. Sometimes I actually feel like I'm
Yeah.
vibrating a little bit.
Right.
But in this case, it was a completely familiar feeling. And I'm like, I wonder if when I'm reading on these shows, I'm actually in a slight trance and don't know it. you know.
It's interesting that you say that, because a lot of mediums I've heard, different programs that you watch will say that they don't remember the readings that they give.
Mhm.
And so that makes me think that they might be in some sort of a
Mhm.
trance-ish
Mhm.
kind of energy, not really conscious. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
The funny thing is I have a greater memory of these things
Yes.
than most people I've met.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, when we're reading as fast as we're going to read
Yes.
here, which I call it like speed dating.
Yes.
Uh,
I love that.
yeah, it's like speed dating for spirits.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of times I don't remember those things, and then sometimes I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if Wiki will be in the chat, but I read Wiki at my last actual physical mediumship
Oh,
fair,
lovely.
and I cannot get her out of my head kind of a little bit. She's like, the second I have to read her, I'm exactly where we were before.
I love that.
And
That's so interesting.
yeah, it's like I go right back to her reading, like I can just go right back into it and I'm right there.
That's
And
amazing, really, when you think
yeah.
about it. This is Charlotte, everybody, who's sitting here saying hi.
Oh, Charlotte.
Um,
I got one over here growling a little.
uh-oh. Uh-oh, maybe that's why. Charlotte, did you come to meet the other kitty?
No, not kitty.
Oh, hi. Oh, look at it. That puppy. So cute. Hi,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Oh,
Aw.
she's over here. She's not.
Happy that mama's home. So,
Yes.
just quickly, I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you have a question, please do pop it into the chat. Make sure that you put it in capitals with, emoji or 12 around it, just to help me sort everything out. And just quickly, we'll say hi to Libra Lady and Marie Henson. Donna is here. Warrior Girl is here. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us on this lovely Sunday. I've got you, Donna and Warrior Girl. Shameless plug on my behalf, friends. I want to play a little clip for you all. I have so much fun creating these little videos and commercials. I call them commercials that I do. So this is what's coming up on the week ahead at Dozen Cats. So I'm going to play that. It's going to mute us for a moment, Terry.
Okay. No problem.
It just, take the 50 seconds to get comfy and get ready, and then we'll do some readings and we'll have some fun. All
Yeah.
right. Let me find the button, shall we? All right, here we go, friends.
Wow, that's creative.
Yay!
That's cute.
Thank you, my friend. I have so much fun playing around creating those little things. I call it a commercial for lack of a better word. But by the way, friends, 450 subscribers. So happy, so thrilled. Thank you so kindly for all of your support. Everybody, please share it with a friend. Get me my community tab, and then I don't have to make any more of those little commercials, because that's like the way that I advertise, right?
Right.
But I have so much fun doing it. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Gypsy JJ is in the house. Jan's Free is here. Angla is here. I appreciate all of you being here with us. And We've got a couple of questions, so if anyone has one, stick it into the chat, capitals, emojis, and we will get started with our first question, which is from Donna. So I'll stick that up on the screen there. So Donna says, I would love any messages from my grandmother. I need some guidance. Donna, can you give us your grandmother's first name, just her first name, if you don't mind? Hi, Ivana.
Yeah, it just helps us so we don't have to sift the whole universe for Grandma.
Okay. It's so funny that you said that, because literally I'm like, yo, Nana, like, is there a Nana in the room?
Is there a Nana in the room?
Very random. I'm sorry, friends. It is my 18th wedding anniversary today.
Wow.
And in full confession, when we booked this, that was like a month and a half ago, because everyone knows how crazy organized I am. That even though I'm booking September 25th, I wasn't thinking in my mind, September 25th is your wedding anniversary, Kelly. And so my husband is sick with a cold. It's not COVID, thank God. And he said to me this morning, I want to give you a kiss for the anniversary. And I said, like, don't come anywhere near me. If you get me sick, like, it's not going to be a happy household, right? So anyway.
Well, happy anniversary, Kelly.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And so I'm here, even though it's my anniversary, because I really, really enjoy working with Terry. She's fantastic. Please do go check her out. If you have not already subscribed, her link is in the description box below. She's just a wonderful, bright, lovely energy. And so I thank you for being here, especially after you just got home from your big vacation.
Yeah.
So Donna's grandmother's name is
Apollonia.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh yeah, it is so Greek. I just came from Greece. There's a great Greek name right there, Apollonia.
Love it.
Wow.
All right, we'll stick your questions back on the screen. Go ahead.
I don't think I've read you before, but what I see when I'm reading often is I see a stage.
Right.
It's like a white quartz floor. It's very high-tech looking, but it's not the same every time. I mean, generally where things are on it is the same, but sometimes the background is in the stars, sometimes in the aura, it doesn't matter. And today, for some reason, we're kind of in the stars. It's all a tiny bit dark, but right away, your grandmother shows me something very particular. She shows me a sandwich, not a sandwich most Americans would make. It's like a French sandwich where they take a whole round loaf of bread, they cut it in half lengthwise, they kind of hollow it out a little bit, they stack stuff in it, and then you cut it like a pie. And she's showing, so Apollonia, why are you showing me this sandwich? She may be showing me the sandwich as evidence of who she is. Maybe she cooked like this, but it's also showing me, it's making me have a real homey quality, a real healthy quality. Like this is a healthy sandwich, that you're a very healthy individual, that she wants you to go back to basics a bit. Build from basics a little bit. Whatever you're working on that you need a little guidance, that you're doing, you're having a little bit of trouble, go back to basics. Go back to whatever this thing is, what is the basic part? Start stacking the basics like this sandwich, and you will see new items. So I guess in a way she's also saying, look at this from a different perspective so that you get a new idea about this by going back and kind of doing the old things. Okay, Apollonia, anything else? Yes, she says, you are greatly loved. Um, if if it if it could be acknowledged the way we might acknowledge it here on the earth, it's like you have a little fan club there. She's not the only one. And she just wishes you the best, gives her all her love, all of that healthy, homey feeling. She just wants to surround you with, hey, that's it.
My husband's in the chat saying saying thanks everyone. Gypsy JJ says, Terry, you have become a great goddess, lovely lady.
Thank you.
So, this is interesting. I started shuffling the cards. I don't know if you've seen, and the cards flipped out and one fell on the floor. They were literally like, so I got like 8 cards on the table here, because when they come out, they come out. They need to be seen. They want to have their day. All right, so Donna, this is what I got for you. It's interesting because, like, the first thing that you said was trying to show me who she was and something about home, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I pulled the 6 of water, so that's nostalgia, that's memories, that's your childhood, that's going back in time, thinking of the good old days. And so that's just interesting to me that you said that was the first card that I pulled. We've got the Queen of Water. This is a beautiful energy of someone who is loving and someone who is giving, someone who really understands how to love unconditionally and is also quite intuitive, quite psychic. And so I'm not sure if your grandmother was a water sign or not, but there you go. We have the 5 of Earth. The 5 of Earth is sometimes feeling lack or feeling worried about something, looking for answers, looking for assistance. Following that, we have the Queen of Earth. And so I sort of feel like this is you. I feel like the first card is your grandmother, and I feel like this card is you. So I'm not sure if you're an Earth sign, but the Queen of Earth is my favorite energy in the deck, if I can be honest. She is the natural born healer. She is the hardworking parent. She is the person that is into everything, got her hands in all cookie jars, but can multitask like nobody's business. That is right in the middle. And so I sort of feel like Grandma's message for you is to maintain what you're doing, but don't overdo. Very, very, very thin line about, like, between doing it too much and throwing yourself off balance. We've got the 3 of Fire, which is going after your goals and your visions. And then we've got the 4 of Water, which is being slightly distracted by something. Now, obviously, if we're multitasking and we're going after many things at once and doing many things at once, we can have the moment where we're like, oh, I just need a break. I just need to take a moment. This card speaks of that discernment, or that not discernment, this like distraction and discontented kind of feeling, right? The last card that we have, which is the outcome, is the Page of Earth, which is someone who wants to learn, has a real thirst for information, right? Someone who is really cheerful, loves to communicate and share that information that they find. Maybe you like to hang out in libraries, or maybe you like to take extra courses, that kind of energy. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of Water, which is, the dreams coming true. It's happiness and, making a wish. And so I feel like this is Grandma saying, like either you've been thinking about her or she's been thinking about you, or she is acknowledging, like, the childhood, the growing up, the traditions, right? I think that she's asking you to keep focused on your goals and not get distracted by the busyness of life, which, we all do that. And if you can stay focused on the goals more than getting distracted by what's going on in life, that you are in a position to be that studious, sort of cheerful, happy person whose dreams can come true, because that literally will elevate your vibration. The last card that I got for you, and sorry that this is so long, is from the sacral chakra. This is personal boundaries. Okay. And this speaks to assertiveness, empowerment, and authenticity. And so in my mind, that goes hand in hand with these cards right here. Right? So the making of the choices and the goals and sticking to those visions, the Queen of Earth being the person that is everybody's everything, right? Not getting yourself burnt out, and trying to maintain that cheerful disposition. So this is about standing up for yourself and making sure that when you have a need, that you exercise it, that you say it, that it's heard, that it's acknowledged, and that you allow yourself the time that you need, if that makes sense. So that's what I got for you. I did see that Donna put in that they were both Virgos, so I got that wrong.
Well, I thought it was interesting that the vast majority of the cards that you pulled were earth cards. Yes. And then water cards, but hardly anything else. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Hi, Nika. I've started your question. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Someone's got a stomach bug that's going around. Mm-hmm. What's the matter, Maria? I can see that you're upset about something. Hope everything's all right, my dear. I'm just scrolling down the comments real quick. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Thank you for being here. Vivian. My cat is crying. I don't know what's the matter. Marie. Something about something. Hi, Mika. Thank you for being here. And Eliza, thank you for being here. It's good to see you, my friend. Marie says, my bro in Florida is he's not going to help mom and dad unless asked. I told him call and say you come up and help them afterwards. I said they shouldn't have to ask you to help. Absolutely. We should all want to help our parents because you just never know. And when it's time, it's too late. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So
Donna says, thanks for that. Most of it made sense. Water sign is my mother, her daughter, who is an Aquarius. Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad that worked because I really got that back to basics, but and that caring for yourself. Yeah.
Hi, Liz T. I got your question too. Okay. Thanks, everybody. We're back on track now. Warrior Girl says, I would love a message from my great grandpa. Warrior Girl, can you just, if you don't mind, put in your great grandpa's first name? That will help. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate all of you. I'm not sure why my cat is crying, but there you go. Okay. So Warrior Girl says, any passed over loved one that has a message for me is fine. I would like to honor my ancestors. It's that time of year when the veil is thinnest. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. If you want to give us your great grandpa's name, though, we can try for your great grandpa. It's just helpful if we have a first name.
Warrior Girl, I'd love a little feedback because I do have a male energy on my stage, but he's larger than life. To me, I'm not sure if he's presenting at the best time of his life or near his death, but he's a very handsome man, a fit person, very fit. I would love some feedback on that. What do you have for me? What do you want to say to Warrior? Very interesting. So Warrior Girl, this energy I have on my stage is so big. He's almost showing me himself like a shield, like he's shielding you. Like I get the feeling that he feels like you need to be shielded right now.
So funny that you said that. Look at what card I got with the shield.
Oh my goodness. I let me just ask you a little bit more, but this is a big guy, a big
Yeah,
big
she
guy.
says
So I might
my dad was handsome. When his health was good, he looked like a lumberjack.
Okay, well, this might be him instead of your grandpa, because this is a huge presence, a big man, very male, very handsome. I don't actually see his face, but I just somehow know he's really handsome. He's a real alive guy, a real, like if when he was here, he was somebody you would want to know. If he were at home, you'd want to be talking to him. You wouldn't, you know, he's very vital, very, very vital. So what do you, what do you have for Warrior Girl? So he wants you to know that he is there like a shield for you, that he is helping brunch some of life's uh, knocks and bumps and things that are bothering you. I get the feeling, and I don't want to scare you or anything like that. I get the feeling that you're going to need him a lot the rest of this year, that he's going to have to be there to help you a bit. But he's saying you come from a long line of warriors. You got this. We're with you. We're helping you. You got all of our assistance. Call upon them anytime you feel down, feel lonely, feel like you're having to take on too much.
She says that full of life, happy at 1.2, my or a hippie at 1.2. My great grandma, I think that's disowned him because she thought he tried looking like Jesus.
Oh, well, you know what? That's not so bad. I have to tell you that this presence, I mean, I'm not seeing a face or anything. I'm seeing like a big shield. But I think he would be absolutely happy to be aligned with Jesus.
Yeah.
I feel that warrior-like quality that was part of Jesus. The guy who would have went into the temple and knocked over a few tables. So I think his presence is in your life, and I think that he is there for you all the time, and he wants you to really feel that presence. I don't know. I think he's kind of reacting to your screen name a little bit too, that Warrior Girl.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of love. He wants you to do a lot of self-care. Take care of yourself. Don't overextend yourself too much. Call on him if you need help. He's always there. Always.
That's so interesting. What you got, Terry, because like, you know, I don't know how to explain how this works. It just works. You know what I mean? And sometimes it flows and sometimes it doesn't. And in terms of, us getting the same thing. So you're saying stuff and I'm throwing cards down, and you said about the shield, and the first card that I pulled out was the Empress. So in
Yeah.
this particular deck, she's literally, I'm going to make us bigger. So everyone, avert your
Okay.
eyes, avert your gaze. There we are. So the first card is literally the mother with her heart shield. That is her shield.
Oh, wow.
And so you said he was standing behind a big shield, and I'm like, and there's that shield. So
Right.
the relationship feels very nurturing, right? It
Mm-hmm.
feels very loving, very protective, very sort of all encompassing, if that makes sense. That is the divine feminine energy of the tarot, but it doesn't mean that you have to be a female, right?
Right.
We
Right.
have the Queen of Earth showing up again. I don't know what sign you are, but this I am going out on a limb here and saying that this is you. Okay. Again, the Queen of Earth. She's the natural born healer, the hardworking parent. She is the one that people go to when they need someone to talk to understand, to someone that they fully trust, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
I've got two knights that have shown up. Okay, we've got the Knight of Air, which is the intellectual truth seeker, dedicated, motivated type of energy, right? The person who says, I know exactly what I want and I'm going after it. But did you notice look at, he's holding on to a bouquet of white roses. See that?
Oh.
So for all of the right reasons, right? He is that, I don't want to say the knight in shining armor, but he's almost like the knight in shining armor, right? We have the Eight of Water. This is walking away from something that no longer serves you. And so when Terry was saying that she feels like you're going to need him, I feel like this might be what she was sort of getting. And what I want to say to this is the energy of not literally like packing your bags and saying, that's it, I'm out of here. It's not that kind of an energy, necessarily speaking. It's more the type of energy where nothing has changed other than yesterday was Tuesday and today's Wednesday, and what was working on Tuesday doesn't seem to be working so well on Wednesday. And so you're walking away from what doesn't work. Now, that doesn't mean you're leaving it entirely. That just means you're walking away. You're trying to think about it. You're trying to change it. You're trying to make it so that it works better for you, right? You are in search mode. You're in fulfillment and empowerment mode. So you're walking towards something that works better for you, right? So that's a good thing. It's because it's you following your inner wisdom and your guidance, right? Yeah, no, absolutely. But that's what it is, right? It's searching, it's empowerment, it's fulfillment. The Eight of Cups is normally walking away from something that doesn't serve your highest good or no longer serves you. Oh, hi, Sunflower Down Under. Lastly, on the bottom of the deck, we have, or not on the bottom of the deck, as a possible outcome, we have the Knight of Water. So I'm going to go out on a limb here because you did say a bit about your father. Knight of Air is your dad. I don't know what sign he is, but that's an air sign. And Knight of Water, I believe, is your great granddad. Okay, this is someone who is slightly spontaneous and slightly adventurous, creative, wears their heart on their sleeve, really sweet sort of disposition, and someone who is quite in love with the idea of being in love. Like, meet a new puppy, meet a new baby, and like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So very emotional sort of person. Not emotional in terms of, wanting to throw themselves in traffic if things don't go their way. Emotional in terms of love everything, right? They feel from their heart. Hi, Ron. We have the Ace of Earth on the bottom of the deck. This is about abundance, opportunity, and resources. This is someone who is always learning and always manifesting their goals and their dreams and planting seeds and making things happen like a real go-getter. And so I feel like the message is from your great-grandfather saying to you to keep doing what you're doing, but stand in your truth. And if your truth means that what is working for you is no longer working for you, then you must move towards something new, right? So follow your heart. That's why we've got this card coming out, right? Follow your heart. Plant those seeds for your future because you're the most important thing. We have creation, which is soul expression and something new, right? Again, planting the seeds, right? Doing the work, planting the seeds. We have to conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. Again, tying into that 8 of water, walking away from something that no longer serves you, right? And the last card that I got was peace. So he wants you to be yourself. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to experience, peace and unconditional love. And I believe that he's there protecting you. And I believe that that he's with your dad, because I got both of them there.
Yeah.
That's what I got. So I hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Thank you everyone for being here. Ooh, I'm hot with that. Holy great grandpa made me hot. I gotta turn my phone. Holy moly. Ooh, I'm on fire. I'm sweating.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, that was TMI. I apologize.
That's all right.
So Gypsy JJ is up next, and she says, I've moved into my tiny house, yes, in the country. 2 tiny praying mantises have appeared inside today. Do they have a message for me? What can I do for them? Aw.
This is so funny because when I got to the hotel that I stayed at in Corfu, we got to there too early, and I had to sit on a couch, and I sat down, and I noticed where I put my hand, it moved a little bit, and there was a very large praying mantis there.
Wow. We don't often have those here in Canada, but every once in a while we'll see one.
We don't have them where I live, and my husband moved it, and it stayed beside me the entire time.
They are a little freaky because it's like they're stalking you, but they're like in full view. They're stalking you. It's kind of funny.
Right. Really. Slowly, like back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they just jumped off on a message with that.
There you go.
So the praying mantis, as they move, they go back and forth, back and forth. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And that is part of the message, that you have moved forward to where that you're living. And now you're still on the journey. You're still going. Everybody's with you, but it is going to be slow. 1 foot forward, 2. You're going to just make slow steps going forward. They want you to be patient. They're so green, so light green, and so they're talking about being patient with yourself, being loving towards yourself. Realize that new spiritual gifts are growing within you. That green is really just showing growth, love, and growth. So, praying mantises, do you have anything more? Anything more to tell?
Hi, Karen. Sorry I missed you. And genealogy is here. Hi. I don't know why. Sorry, Terry. I don't like to do this and interrupt your
That's
when
all
you
right.
but I'm literally like you're not alone.
I'm not alone.
Like you're like saying you're not alone. I've got a buddy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They're saying welcome. Welcome to the country. Well, they're saying welcome. And they're saying
Like you're one of us. I don't know.
you're one of us with that heart energy, that green heart energy. They're saying that, and they're saying be patient with these little steps that you're making forward. You are going forward. It's slow but steady. And
Wow.
I think Kelly kind of nailed it. Kind of in, out, completely in, seen, a seen thing. This is all seen.
I got rice, and which is nourishment. So feeding your soul, feeding your heart, feeding your all the nutrients, all the good things that you need. Right. This move was good for you because it's feeding you all the right ingredients. And then I got rain, which is renewal.
Hmm.
I
Look at
mean,
the
hello, that's exactly where praying mantises would hang out, would they not? It's a pretty picture.
yeah.
Um, it's really interesting. I wanted to see if I could. I want to pull one more card here. Sorry, I can't help it. Angela, I've got your question, and I think we're going to close the questions for now, you guys. If we have time, we'll take another one, but just bear with us. Hi, Ron. How are you, my dear? Thank you, everyone, for being here. Surrender to inner peace.
Oh.
Okay, the message on that card is cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In a quiet, meditative moment, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. It's
Well,
funny because we said about how they're so still, and they sort of
right.
stop you.
Yeah.
So there's something about that, right? The rejuvenation,
And
the stillness.
the praying form, the praying.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely, Terry. That was good, my friend. I like that one. That was good. That's totally cool. That was definitely a sign. So keep doing what you're doing, Gypsy JJ. I sort of feel like you're on a one of these kind of journeys. So hang on, my friend, and many blessings to you. That's lovely. Okay, so the next person up is Nika, and this was the original question that she asked, but then she changed it, and I have to go back to find it. Bear with me. And I just want to acknowledge that Warrior Girl said that that I was right with what I said, and I appreciate you giving me that feedback. It's always nice to know that we are, getting good details for you guys, and I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you so much. So Nika says, I wanted to know, are there any messages from Spirit regarding a new job I start tomorrow? CJJ says, lovely, and thank you very much for to both of us. And hopefully I pronounced your name right, Stussy. I did get your question, but the questions are now closed. But I've got you there. Okay, so Mika.
So Nika, right away they're showing me a butterfly. They're showing me a butterfly that has a lot of purple and blue in it. And I know that tomorrow is your first day, but I see they're giving me the feeling that you've done a lot of hard work. You've gone a lot to get to where you are now, that you had to endure a lot. Because they're showing me the butterfly. Before that, they were in a chrysalis, and I don't know if you know what happens in that chrysalis, but it's brutal. They go in like a bug, a caterpillar, and they turn to goo, and then they are reformed. And that to me seems fairly brutal. So it feels like that they are allowing you to emerge like a butterfly for this job, and that you will do well. But I think what they want you to do is to kind of
Wow.
embrace the hope of the butterfly. Because this job, like any job, can go any way you want it to, but tomorrow, definitely you're emerging as the butterfly, as the victor, as the, I don't know, I'm hearing beauty, love, um,
I think she's wanted this for a long time.
yeah, and, yeah, just, enjoy it and embrace it, and just, enjoy that you're gonna get to enjoy the fruits of your hard labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is crazy. So I used my own oracle cards, and when I wrote my own oracle cards, they were just words on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I toss them, I am still amazed. I don't really know what else to say. I'm just still amazed. But anyways,
Mm-hmm.
we start out with the tarot. We've got the Two of Wands. This is often referred to as, strategizing at work, right? It's finding a job, looking for a job. Sometimes it's about travel, but it's about planning, right? That whole kind of like mapping out your strategy as to how you're going to make things happen for yourself. We've got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a lovely energy because she's sitting on her little stool there on her perch, and she's sort of surveying everything. She's very analytical, so she's very smart. She's very strategic. She's all about looking for the truth and finding the truth. So what's good for her and what's good for others, right? She's all about that. We've got the Eight of Wands, things happening really, really fast. Information coming in, things happening fast. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Magician. This is about using all of the resources that you have at your disposal to make things happen. So here's what's interesting. So the cards that I got, my own oracle, we've got contracts and offers. I just want you to know that this is how big this deck is. Okay? That's a lot of cards. We got contracts and offers. We got setting up office, right? We got interview. So all of those things happening, this is about this job. So I'm not sure if you can tell us if it happened fairly quickly between, I think you've wanted it for a long time, this type of opportunity, but I think it happened pretty fast for you. That's what I'm getting. We've got the daily grind. Okay. And then we've got isolation, which is feelings of sadness or loneliness, feeling like you might need to take a break or slow down a little bit, a time to sort of go within, And then I went to the next deck, and literally 4 cards came out, and they sort of mimic what all of those say. So, we've got solitude, which is in silence, peace prevails. So taking that moment to allow yourself to get quiet, channel your inner Queen of Swords, as well as the Magician, because this is manifestation powers, right? So taking that opportunity to get quiet, go within yourself, and just really allow yourself to feel what it is that you need to feel, right? We've got surrendering to the journey, releasing control. In other words, don't hold on so tight. You are on the path that you're supposed to be on. Allow yourself to enjoy the path. Don't live in the outcome. Try to live in the present moment, right? We've got breaking trail, which a breakthrough is at hand. So this is this new job, right? And the opportunity that it presents for you. And of course, we have watching clouds. So lie back, rest, and relax. So that's those two messages keep coming through, right? Job, 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 job. Relax, right? Allow yourself, like, don't throw yourself at the wall. Sort of go, hi wall, I see you there. I'm going to casually, gesture up to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, just don't, because you want it so bad, don't throw yourself at it. Of course, work hard, but don't throw yourself at it. Make sure that you take care of yourself. And you said that as well. So
yeah, like the butterfly, it's not the hawk. The hawk dives into things and goes very fast. The butterfly, no, is gentle with this whole thing, and but did brutal work to get there. So I feel like this job is your reward a little bit too. For doing hard work.
I think so too. Oh, you're very welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Hey, Cartomancy, Mesquite, how's it going, my friend? All right, so Miss Liz T is up next. She says, my mom, it was about a month process with the interviews, offer, and processing step before I could start. Wow. So you did go through an awful lot to get there. Interesting.
Congratulations, Nika.
Yeah. Well done, my friend. Well done. So Liz T says, my mom almost bled to death during World War II in Hungary. Once she said she was saved by the Americans. Another day she said it was the Germans. Which was it? Did she work for the Nazis as well? Yikes.
Okay, well, let's look into this. This is a good question. This is interesting.
Absolutely. Liz, do you mind sharing your mom's first name with us? And hi, Kiba. Thank you for being here.
I actually don't think I need the
first. Oh, you don't? Okay.
Because I'm kind of feeling this already.
Oh, okay. All right. Her mom's name is Elizabeth. Thank you, Liz. Appreciate that.
So Liz T, I don't think this is going to help you a ton knowing whether this person who helped her was American or German. Because what I'm getting is they helped her. That the angels sent an emissary that helped her. And they're reminding me that we play all roles. That in one life, I was the German. In one life, I was the American. In one life, I was the Hungarian. One life, I was the Polish person. That we play all these roles, and that your mom was saved for a reason.
I'm going to switch my camera just so that you can see me using the pendulum, everybody. So I don't want anyone to what is happening? We're going dark here. It's not going to move you, Terry. It's just going to move me. That's all.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to ask her. Your Elizabeth says she worked for her family. So she is not acknowledging if she worked for the Nazis or if she worked for her people. What she worked for was her family. What was necessary to live and to create you and to create your children or your nieces and nephews for things to go on. All we have is love all the time. And in such dark days, it's really hard to remember that. It's really hard to remember love. And so she wants you to learn that it's really about love. Don't worry so much about the details. It's about love. And try to remember that in your own life, that it's about love. And to remind us all that we get to play all the roles. We get, so it's not, doesn't do any good to put blame on somebody else or say, oh, see, they were bad, I was good. We're all of it. We're all of it.
Liz says that she had no family. She was all alone. It's so
Oh,
sad.
yeah, but she eventually had family to have Liz.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Liz T says, I have no judgment. It just feels good to know a truth. There were so many stories. I understand that.
Mhm.
So, Liz, I'm not sure if you've seen. So, the first question that I asked was the way that this is set up isn't really conducive to a pendulum, but I use this chart and I do it on the desk. So, let me remove your comment from the screen here, and then hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Right? Can you see this okay?
Mm-hmm.
My stomach's growling. Sorry. Random. All right. So, did Liz T's mom, Elizabeth, was she saved by the Americans? Was Elizabeth in Hungary, Liz T's mom, saved by the Americans? That's a giant yes. See that?
That's a giant yes.
Yeah. Okay. Was Elizabeth in Hungary, Liz T's mom, saved by the Germans? Was Elizabeth in Hungary, Liz T's mom, saved by the Germans? Another giant yes. But if you noticed, it sort of went around in circles where it wasn't sure. And so that might be why there's some different stories, because I don't know that was, I
Both,
don't
both
know that she knew.
Yeah, both can be true, that she
Yeah.
was saved from the bleeding and then saved a different
Yes.
way too.
Right. And then the last question was, okay, was Liz T's mom, Elizabeth, in Hungary? Did she work for the Nazis? Did Liz T's mom, Elizabeth, work for the Nazis? It's literally spinning in a circle. So when it spins in a circle, it doesn't want us to know.
I don't think it matters.
Now, when I first asked the question, I got a very little yes. Like it barely moved. But now it's spinning in a circle, as if to say not to focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes Spirit will do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that helps. That I'll turn my camera back now so everyone can see me. No one really wants to see the cards, I'm sure. Bear with me.
It's fun to see your desk, though, your working environment.
All my boxes and how organized I am. Yeah. All right. I do want to throw a couple of cards for you, though. Liz, and just see what else I can get. So Warrior Girl says, I have my pendulum set up so that a clockwise circle means maybe and a counterclockwise means rephrase the question. Interesting, Warrior Girl. Love that. Hi, Teresa. Hi, G. Covington. Terry, are you okay to stay like a couple of, like, maybe 15 extra minutes?
I think I can do that. I'm feeling better.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and pop your question in there, G. Covington. Liz says, thanks. I wondered if she worked for both sides. She was a cook for an American colonel and could have told. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Could be. Could be.
So the last question, or last card that I got for you, Liz, was rise above the dark days of life. Do not fight them, but have faith that the light will always return, which is really interesting because of what you said, Terry. And so
Mhm.
I understand the need to know, because I would want to know as well. But some things we don't need to know in all the details.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because then we focus on those details, and that's not really maybe the true story, because we don't know what it was like.
Right.
If that makes sense. I don't know why I'm even saying that, but that's kind of what I'm getting. All right, so we have Miss Engla up next. And my father's sister Esther died young. She was 18. I haven't met her. May I have a message from her? Is she with my other relatives? Wow. My father's sister Esther. What is Esther? What's it called? Angela, I seen that you wrote in the chat that you're 2 hours away from the full moon. Lovely. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everyone. Appreciate the support, and please do go check out Key Guru Spiritual Journeys, which is Terry's channel. If you're not already a subscriber, we would appreciate that. Liz, I can only imagine, love. But thank you for trusting us with the question, and thank you for being here. Liz says, thanks. In the end, it does not matter. You are right. Thanks so much. It was difficult to hear her stories as they changed, and I never knew which was which. Thanks and blessings. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Angela, it's interesting. What I try to do when I meld with your spirit is try to get something kind of about you that represents you. And when I did that, I got a Christmas tree shape on my stage. A very conical tree. It wasn't decorated like for Christmas, but it was almost decorated in a springtime decorations kind of. And it just I guess what it's saying to me about you is that you're very vital, living, loving energy. You celebrate the seasons, celebrate your family in definitely the holidays. But here's what's interesting. As that I'm looking at the tree and trying to absorb you, a young lady, just a young lady, comes around the right side of the tree and sits down. And she's so quiet. She's a loving energy. I'm seeing kind of a dishwater blonde. I feel like she's saying, I played my role perfectly. I chose Esther. I chose to come, even though Esther's life was a short life. Esther, can you tell us more about your life? What is Ingela to learn from you?
I feel she was very troubled. Really troubled.
I feel like she's saying to me that you are not to be afraid of the stillness. I was going to say darkness, but that's not exactly what I'm getting. The stillness that, you know, in our lives right now, we often always expect excitement and drama and things going up and down and up and down. And I feel like that she didn't feel that. She felt a very somber presence in her life. And she
Yeah.
says not to be afraid of that somber presence. That somber presence actually can be a way of anchoring yourself.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
when you said that, I was like, yep, that's where she's at.
Hmm. A somber presence, not to be afraid of it, to let it anchor you in this life and allow yourself the joy of celebration, allow yourself to feel those joys. But when you have to go back to that somberness, just it's almost more like that nest that Kelly just showed us, where that you get to recover, recoup,
Yeah.
um, and not take it as a punishment or a something bad or like I'm not right because I'm not as crazy dramatic as everybody else. It is a way to recover your spirit and to go ahead and embrace that. She wants you to embrace that. She wants you to play your role in this life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting when you started and you were saying a Christmas tree, you had your eyes closed. So I held up this card, which is the Hierophant in this deck, and it looked an awful lot like a
It
Christmas tree.
does.
Um,
Yeah. Very conical.
yeah. And Angela is saying about Xmas tree the Finnish way, right? Which is it's old Finnish way for Christmas tree. Yeah,
Oh,
that makes good sense.
okay.
So Angela, we start out with the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a time for respite. It's time to sort of take yourself away, you know, put yourself in bed, wrap yourself up in a big luxurious robe, put yourself in a bath. It's time to love yourself up, embrace yourself. That's why she's sort of curled up there, just giving herself a big old hug, right? The reason why I said that I felt that she was troubled is just a vibe that I'm getting from the cards. We have Judgment next. So this is, you know, literally her leaping out of herself, trying to understand herself. I feel like she was conflicted and confused. And Ingla said in the chat that she had kidney problems. So she's very young and she's got these issues. And that must have been difficult for her because she can't do what the other kids her age are doing. And so she feels separate and left out. And, it's like coming out of yourself and like, who am I? What am I supposed to be doing? All of those types of things. We have the Temperance card next, which is about balance.
Hmm.
Trying to understand how she navigates the responsibility of whatever this condition was that she had to deal with, right? Taking medications at a certain time, following a certain type of exercise or diet or whatever the case may be. Can't just be carefree like the rest of the kids, right? That would be difficult. We've got the Devil, and so it really got a hold of her in terms of her not understanding fully because she wasn't really old enough to fully comprehend the condition.
Mhm.
The last card that we've got is the Two of Wands, so that's planning, that's strategizing, right? I think that she was trying to do the very best she could in order to keep herself, healthy and on track. We have the Hierophant, as I said, the bottom of the deck. This is the overlying energy. This is about beliefs and traditions, and I feel like I don't like saying these things, but I feel like she was very alone. I feel like she was like Either she didn't want to complain, or her complaints were not being heard, so it wouldn't matter whether she was complaining or not. It feels like she was sort of left to her own devices. And so what do I get from that for you? I feel like she is sending this message to you, Angela. Surround yourself with people, community, like-minded individuals, people that will lift you up, people that will support you, your community, your soul tribe, right? This is just interesting to me. This is Angels of the Seven Chakras, which is power, truth, and connection. So in other words, you two are aligned in spirit. You two understand what it means to stand in your own power. And you both understand the sacrifices, and I don't know why I'm saying that word, that one has to make in certain cases, in certain situations, to stand in their truth and sort of not allow yourself to be swayed by, there's something about this traditions and beliefs and like what other people think, and that whole thing that seems really important to mention here. I feel like she's totally standing behind you. She's saying surrender to inner peace. We've got this card again. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet meditative moments, right? Also the Temperance card, also the Hierophant. I mean, they're all sitting in that position, right? Cultivate these quiet, still moments. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy the inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. And the last card that I got was surrendering to the journey again, releasing control. So the message is allow yourself to live your best life. Don't hold on so tight, but do surround yourself with loving, like-minded people that appreciate you and encourage you, I want to say, and make sure that you're paying attention to your chakras.
Yep. Oh, that's a great message, Kelly.
Yeah.
I love, because she was such a somber, quiet little being. I love that she's saying, surround yourself like bees. Get a community.
Yeah.
I love that.
I really felt like she felt quite separated. And okay, so I'm, I try to read the chat and do what I'm doing, but sometimes it's hard. So Ingla said she died in 1936. So in 1936, she would have been stuck in a room by herself.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to me. Yeah, like not her, but like you can't, she's sick. She would have been isolated and alone, and she would have felt that. And that's why she's saying to you, don't do that to yourself.
Right.
Surround yourself with those loving people that are going to lift you up. That makes sense. Thank you for sharing.
And they would have wanted her to remain quiet and still and try to preserve your life as long as possible. And that poor little 18-year-old probably had such a hard time with that.
Yeah, that's very sad. But thank you very much, Ingla, for asking the question. Appreciate it. All right. So Stussy is here. Are there any messages for me that I need to hear? And then the last one is G. Covington, and then we're done.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi, Teresa, by the way. All right. Let's see. Any messages for Stussy? Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. Oh, Hypnicity, I'm so sorry, love, if I missed your question. I do apologize. It wasn't intentional. I'm so sorry. It's hard to read the questions and shuffle the cards sometimes, friends. What can I say?
So as I try to like get into your energy, Stussy, I'm seeing they're showing me red and black plaid everywhere, almost like little banners flapping in the wind. It feels really joyful. It doesn't necessarily feel Scottish. It's weird. I'm kind of feeling a little Germanic vibe here. But but they're just showing me. Okay, so tell me more. What is about this plaid? What's the message here? So I'm getting a no. So when I say I hear, it's not really hearing a voice. It's actually more like telepathy. And I'm just hearing generations, 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 generations. And every time they say generations, I see some plaid. I see um, a cauldron. I just see things from different cultures, meaning, you're made up of many different cultures, but generations and generations behind you supporting you. Um, huh. Well, it's interesting because they kind of are telling me I have this wrong a little bit. Um, Hang on. It is generations behind you, but it's also you.
Yeah.
They're showing me you in these generations, that you are your best. You are you. You are your best friend. You are wow. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about Stussy. Why are you showing me this for Stussy?
You know what I think is really interesting, Terry? So you said about the carefree. I literally I got 3 cards that popped out, and this was the first one: inner child, right? Playfulness,
Yeah.
lightheartedness, innocence, and wonder.
Oh, I'm
Um,
so glad you
and,
showed me that, because
yeah,
I'm still trying to like,
yeah,
what is it about you,
yeah.
you?
And there's
And it's
something
like
really
she's
interesting about. So this is the second card I got, which is forgiveness. But it's very
wow.
interesting because they both have like fields and butterflies and the bright blue sky. There's something there's something to that. So solar plexus chakra, your
Mm-hmm.
playfulness, it's your inner child, right? So letting yourself be free spirited, turn on the music, crank it, dance it, go
Mm-hmm.
outside, play in the mud, skip in a puddle, that kind of thing. Allow
Mm-hmm.
yourself just
Joy,
to have some fun.
joyfulness,
Yeah,
joyfulness. Like they're showing me you're coming down through all these generations, and each time you're leaping higher, like that card, leaping higher in joy,
yeah,
that you are accruing joy like a bank account.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you are. So the next card I got was forgiveness. So this is the heart chakra, right? That's where we hold all of our emotions. So
Mm-hmm.
letting go, healing, growth, and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
I got Crystal Cave, which is trust,
Mm.
which is difficult for all of us to do. Trust in the process. Trust if you let go for 5 seconds that the cart's not going to go off the road. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
allow yourself to have faith in your own self. Um, that's where I'm going with that. We've got connections, which is partnerships, contracts, and commitments. I think the partnerships, that's the connection of the
Mm-hmm.
ancestors that you were getting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're with you, they're connected to you, they're around you. That makes sense to me.
And they,
We've got talent guides, which is spirit mentors and teachers, which again is tying into your ancestors, right? The team of people that are behind you, helping you. I feel that you're very intuitive, and that I'm not sure that you know it, but I feel like you are really intuitive, and they are trying to encourage you and, sort of power you through, teach you through dreams, signs, symbols, those things, messages, visions, whatever the case may be. I got Goddess of Dreams, visions, intuitions, receptivity. So, in other words, you have this connection. They're trying to show you the roadmap. But because you won't either trust in the process or trust yourself enough with that connection, right? You need to release some stuff. You need to lift your vibration by having more joy, and then the things will start to come through to you. That's what I'm getting. That makes sense.
I just want to mention something that to everybody, that when I'm reading and I'm explaining what I see or what I feel or whatever, I just want to let you know that sometimes my readings mean more to you. I mean, you guys might see more than I'm seeing or feel more, and that's good. That that red plaid may mean something completely different to you.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's okay. Yeah.
Makes me think of a Christmas ornament. I know it's crazy, but
It did, but it just kind of was like some big celebration. I don't know what it was, but it was kind of cool.
Being cozy. Here in Canada, I mean, literally, that's my house coat, is the red and black check. You can see it because the cats lay on it. See, it's right there. You can just see the top of it.
Yeah.
The cats lay on my house coat, and it's what we call buffalo plaid.
Right.
And to me, it's just cozy.
Yeah.
That's super interesting. So, but thank you for reminding us that, because we all need to remind it. Congratulations to Teresa's niece who got married yesterday. Woohoo!
Yay.
G. Covington. My father did not honor our soul contract. Was told by a reader that I have and would receive extra credit. How will that show up in my life? That's an interesting question. I love buffalo plaid. It's my favorite.
Mine too. Sometimes they want to get real funny with me. They want to show me something funny. And they are going about this very lightheartedly, very funny, and they kind of have you on the stage. You're kind of not aware you're on the stage. You're just doing your life. You're just doing your life. You're kind of not looking up a little. And the angels are kind of on the side of the stage, and they got these scoops. And they're like, she gets a few sprinkles this day. She gets a few sprinkles that day. She just gets a little extra bit of joy. We're going to throw it up in the air. It's like you're going to get little unexpected bits of happiness and joy throughout your entire life. Now, I know that doesn't sound, like, dang it, I would have liked it to get a few bad things to be gone and not have to experience. And so I think the extra credit is just they're going to sprinkle your life with a little bit of extra joy, a little bit of extra happiness, a little bit of, they just Easter eggs. Do you know how that when they make games online, apps and stuff, they hide an Easter egg in it sometimes?
Yes.
And if you do things just right, you get to see the surprise. First Easter eggs. She gets a few Easter eggs to make her life more surprising and enjoyable and fun. And they want you to just, when you encounter them, they'll be just so out of the blue, just really enjoy them. And to share them. I just kind of heard share. You can share. all of this is shareable, that you don't have to just hoard it to yourself, that you can like, look at this
Right.
Easter egg and put it all over everybody else too. Huh.
That is a lovely message for G. Covington. Beautiful.
I also just kind of heard from your father saying, "I'm so sorry. I was fearful, and I got out of it. I was fearful. I'm sorry for that."
Yeah. I'm not sure if you're a fire sign, G. Covington, or if your father was a fire sign, but I got all kinds of fire going on here. We start out with the Tower card, or in this deck, it's called the Transformation card. Okay. On the bottom of this card specifically, it says realization, life change, and liberation, which is exactly what not honoring a soul contract or honoring a soul contract would do to someone. So if your father's soul contract was not honored, if he did not do right by you in any way, shape, or form, he's going to carry that with him.
Mm-hmm.
You being here are going to realize that through no fault of his own, that has occurred. And then you will then start to put things into place for yourself in terms of like you have a new understanding, a new perspective, right? We have next to that, which will then give you, I mean, that's what the life change is, but it's also liberating, right? Once you process it, it's liberating. Now that's the energy coming in from the past, not the path, past. We have the 5 of fire. This is conflict. Hi, Kathleen. This is conflict, which of course it would cause conflict because it raises all sorts of questions. It sounds like there was already questions, right? Now it opens up a whole bunch more questions, and those questions aren't easy questions to answer or to not know the answers to, right? Next, we have the 9 of fire. This is you putting up boundaries, right? Feeling like you need to protect yourself to keep yourself safe. Also, though, because of what you've gone through, you are resilient and you are determined, right? And you've been doing a lot of work because that's the 9. You're right there. You're right on the doorstep, right? One step away from reaching the 10, which is completion, right? We've got the 2 of fire. You're literally planning this out. I don't know if you're in therapy. I don't know if you're working with other people, if there's other people in the family, but you're making progress. You're working together. You're getting there in terms of processing. What does this all mean and how does this affect us, right? How do we get past it? How do we get through it? On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Earth. The Knight of Earth is, the responsible person, the supportive person, the person who's organized, trying to keep everything together, the person who's sort of grabbing all of the bags as you rush out the door in the morning and be like, okay, everybody's got everything they need, right? That's where you're at. You're trying to tie up all your loose ends. That's what I was trying to say. So first card I've got is release. It's going to make me cry, and I'm sorry. I don't know why. Let this go. Like, let it go. For your purposes, please let it go. We have feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. You are not alone. Oh my gosh, this is going to make me cry. Sorry. Can't help it. You get emotional. I don't know what your dad did or what your dad did not do, but this is my personal experience. Holding on to that did me no good because it wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with it. And so I would urge you to consider that sort of concept, right? It's okay to acknowledge it. It's okay to say it, but you don't have to accept it because that wasn't your choice. You had nothing to do with it, if that makes sense. And the last thing that I've got is surrender to procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So if there's something that you want and you've been putting it off because of whatever, I honestly feel, and I'm not saying this for any other reason other than I think it's the truth, I feel like this is the message from your dad. Your dad is telling you that he is sorry if he has made you like double think and overthink and, question your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions and second guess yourself, but go after it. Go after it, plan it, strategize, get on with it. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, it's okay. Just do what you got to do. I hope that makes sense. That's what I got for you. It's a lovely message. I feel like your dad he's watching in great pride and saying, why the hell could I not have helped that more?
Aww.
That makes sense. Wow, that was that. I felt that one.
Yeah, oh, deep.
Sorry. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me and with lovely Terry from Kiguru Spiritual Journeys today. Thank you all very kindly for wishing me and my husband happy anniversary. I appreciate each and every one of you. And now I'm going to go celebrate my anniversary. I actually took tomorrow off, so you won't see me on Circle of Friends, but I will be back on Wednesday for Achieving Wellness at 9 p.m. We're talking about negativity, negative thinking, how to stop it, how to help it, how to reverse it, how to tell it, hit the curb and don't come back. What's happening for you, or what's coming up for you, Terry, that you would like everyone to know about?
At the end of the month, I think October 30th, I'm going to be on the Crone Zone again. And,
nice.
They let me talk about anything.
I love
that. Who knows where we're going to go? A lot of times what they like to hear is about the journeys I go on. I know that my channel, I'm not really staying up to date on that, but it doesn't mean I don't have a ton of journeys going on. And
absolutely.
So I really don't know what I'm going to talk about. I just know whatever it is, it's going to be fun. We're just going to go, and they're such knowledgeable ladies, so it's really cool. So I can introduce something unusual that happened to me, and they might know something about it.
I love that. It's a wonderful moment to share. Which is beautiful.
And I've gone on journeys with both of them.
Oh, cool.
I read Priscilla and went on a journey. Actually, they took me through a portal to another planet.
Wow.
And I then was just in a practice thing, one just like what you were describing before that you were in. I was just in a practice thing, and I happened to get paired with Heather. And Heather didn't even get to read me because they were like, "Oh, good," and they took her on that same journey for a different reason with a different message. It was amazing, but I don't know. It's going to be fun. Whatever it is, it's going to be fun.
I love that. I just want to mention really quickly I'm trying to follow along in the chat, and I see that something's going on with Sharon Sipe, and I've tried to find it, but I can't. I hope everything's okay, Sharon. And of course, we send you our love and our best wishes and our blessings. I hope everything's all right.
Yeah.
So this Sunday, sorry, not this Sunday, this Saturday coming, October the 1st, is the first episode of the Vibe Tribe. All of us have, all the members of the Vibe Tribe have, the video on their channel. I don't want to give away too much. So join us on Saturday, October the 1st at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Everyone, all the members of the Vibe Tribe, all 9 of us will be here. And we're excited to get started with that. So, and this Friday coming up is our last fire pit night. I don't care. On Friday, this past Friday, it was literally 4 degrees outside. And I was like, I don't think I can sit outside. Only because I was like feeling like I might be getting the cold too. But although so far, double touch wood, I haven't. But my husband had the cold. And I was like, no, we're not sitting outside. But this Friday coming, come heck or high water, I'm out there. So join me for that. And we're just going to have some fun this week. But lots of things going on. Thank you so much, Terry.
Well, thank you
Appreciate
for
you coming back
inviting
from
me.
vacation and hanging out with me. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
I always have such a good time with you. It's always fun.
It is fun.
I love the last when we got to do the fireside chat for your birthday. Oh my God, that was fun.
It was fun,
Yeah.
and I loved having you here. I loved everyone being here. It was a hoot. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I wish you many, many blessings. And until we see each other again,
Okay.
bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Yeah.